Remember those endless summer days that felt like they just last forever? Sun rays kiss your skin, grass tickles your toes as you bite into the creamy popsicle melting in your hand. Pure, unbothered bliss. Capture more sun-drenched memories with the Orange Vanilla Dream Hydration Multiplier from Liquid IV. This nostalgic vanilla flavor with notes of candied orange can help keep you hydrated while savoring your favorite golden hour moments. No matter how hot your summer gets, just one stick of Liquid IV and 16 ounces of water hydrates you better than water alone. It's 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, with 8 vitamins and nutrients for refreshing on-the-go hydration. Live your summer dream with Liquid IV. Tear, pour, live more. Go to liquidiv.com and get 20% off your first order with code INDULGE20 at checkout. That's code INDULGE20 at liquidiv.com.
Welcome to a special series of the 5-Minute Biographies podcast from 5minutebiographies.com, where we tell you interesting things about interesting people in about 5 minutes. While we get ready for season 21 of the regular series, we are bringing you the second special series on United States presidents, with a brand new episode every weekday across 10 episodes, covering presidents 11 through 20. If you enjoy the show and would like to support us, why not consider buying us a coffee? Just head to 5minutebiographies.com/coffee to find out more. This is episode 7, Andrew Johnson. Andrew Johnson, the 17th President of the United States, was born on the 29th of December, 1808, in Raleigh, North Carolina. He came from humble beginnings, the son of Jacob Johnson, a labourer and town constable, and Mary McDonough Johnson, a laundress. His father died when Andrew was just 3 years old, leaving his family in extreme poverty. His mother worked tirelessly to support her children, and Andrew was apprenticed to a tailor at the age of 10. Unlike many future presidents, Johnson had no formal education. Instead, he taught himself to read and write, using borrowed books and newspapers to expand his knowledge. At the age of 16, Johnson ran away from his apprenticeship, first to South Carolina and later to Tennessee, where he settled in Greenville. There, he established his own tailoring business and quickly became a respected member of the community. It was in Greenville that he met and married Eliza McCardle in 1827. Eliza was well educated and played a significant role in helping Johnson improve his literacy and public speaking skills. She remained a strong influence in his life, particularly as he pursued a career in politics. Johnson's political career began at the local level when he was elected as an alderman in Greenville in 1829. 2 years later, he became the town's mayor. His rise in politics continued as he was elected to the Tennessee House of Representatives in 1835. Johnson identified with the Democratic Party and was a staunch supporter of Andrew Jackson's policies, particularly those advocating for the rights of the common man against wealthy elites. His political ideology was rooted in a belief that government should serve the interests of ordinary people rather than powerful aristocrats. In 1843, Johnson was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives, where he served for a decade. During his time in Congress, he became a vocal advocate for policies that benefited small farmers and laborers. He championed the Homestead Act, which aimed to provide land to settlers in the Western Territories, allowing them to own property without the interference of wealthy landowners. His support for this policy strengthened his reputation as a champion of the working class. Johnson's political ambitions led him to run for governor of Tennessee in 1853. He won the election and served 2 terms as governor, during which he focused on improving the state's education system and expanding infrastructure. In 1857, he was elected to the U.S. Senate, where he continued to fight for policies that benefited the working class. His strong defense of states' rights and his opposition to government overreach made him a prominent figure in national politics. As the secession crisis deepened in the lead-up to the Civil War, Johnson found himself in a difficult position. Although he was a Southern Democrat and a slave owner, he remained loyal to the Union. When Tennessee seceded in 1861, Johnson refused to follow suit, making him the only Southern senator to remain in the U.S. Senate. His unwavering support for the Union earned him national recognition, and in 1862, President Abraham Lincoln appointed him as the military governor of Tennessee. In this role, he worked to restore federal authority in the state and implement policies to weaken Confederate resistance. In 1864, Lincoln selected Johnson as his running mate for the presidential election. As a Democrat from the South, Johnson was seen as a unifying figure who could appeal to pro-Union Southerners and help heal the divisions within the country. The Lincoln-Johnson ticket won the election, but just weeks after their inauguration, Lincoln was assassinated on April 14, 1865. Johnson was sworn in as president the following day, becoming the 17th president of the United States. Johnson took office at one of the most challenging times in American history. The Civil War had ended, but the country was deeply divided, and the process of Reconstruction was just beginning. Johnson initially followed Lincoln's moderate approach, advocating for the rapid reintegration of Southern states into the Union. However, his lenient policies and opposition to radical Reconstruction efforts put him at odds with the Republican-controlled Congress. Johnson's Reconstruction plan allowed former Confederate states to rejoin the Union with minimal requirements. He issued mass pardons to former Confederates and allowed Southern legislatures to enact black codes, laws that severely restricted the rights of newly freed African Americans. His approach angered radical Republicans who sought stronger measures to protect the rights of freed slaves and ensure their full participation in society. The conflict between Johnson and Congress escalated in 1866 when he vetoed key legislation, including the Civil Rights Act, which aimed to grant equal protection under the law to African Americans. Congress overrode his veto, marking the first time in U.S. history that a major piece of legislation became law over a president's objections. The rift deepened with the passage of the 14th Amendment, which granted citizenship to all individuals born in the United States, including former slaves. Johnson vehemently opposed the amendment, further alienating himself from Congress. The breaking point came in 1867 when Congress passed the Tenure of Office Act, which restricted the president's ability to remove certain government officials without Senate approval. Johnson defied the act by attempting to remove Secretary of War Edwin Stanton, a strong supporter of radical Reconstruction. This action led to his impeachment by the House of Representatives in 1868. Johnson became the first U.S. president to be impeached, but he narrowly avoided removal from office when the Senate acquitted him by just one vote. After his presidency, Johnson returned to Tennessee, where he remained active in politics. In 1875, he achieved a remarkable political comeback when he was re-elected to the U.S. Senate, becoming the only former president to do so. However, his return to Washington was short-lived, as he suffered a stroke in July 1875. Andrew Johnson died on the 31st of July 1875 at the age of 66 at his daughter's home near Elizabethton, Tennessee. He was buried in Greenville, Tennessee, with an American flag wrapped around his body, symbolizing his enduring commitment to the Union. Johnson's legacy remains highly controversial. While he was a staunch Unionist who refused to support secession, his opposition to civil rights and his lenient treatment of former Confederates undermined efforts to bring lasting change to the South. His presidency is often criticized for failing to protect the rights of newly freed African Americans and for deepening the divisions between Congress and the executive branch. Despite his shortcomings, Johnson's journey from an illiterate tailor to the highest office in the land is a testament to his determination and resilience. His presidency, however, is largely remembered for its failures, making him one of the most divisive figures in American political history. Thanks for listening to this special episode of the 5-Minute Biographies podcast. Don't forget, a new episode will be released every weekday during this series, so be sure to follow or subscribe to catch them all. And the regular 5-Minute Biographies series will be returning soon with Season 21. If you would like to support the show, you can buy us a coffee at 5minutebiographies.com/coffee. See you next time.